we are back. Debatable podcast. MC War.
The official sport of rap battling.
You already know, man. I'm your host, Sakar Aha.
I'm Dentut Ray.
Yeah, man. And we back, man, with it. Oh, man, this I'm excited about, the Kendrick Lamar drop, because it's crazy that you could there's actually still music out there that you could listen back to, because so much stuff is simple right now. You know what I'm talking about? So what I'm digging off the back is that you got to play it a few times, you got to listen to it a few times.
It makes you think.
Definitely, man. And, we've been missing this for a minute, man. But I definitely wanted to start off with shouts out to Gates of the Garden, Jersey. I'm talking about. Shouts out to Dre Dennis. So they just released, I think maybe like a few hours ago. Maybe like, I don't know, by the time you see it, probably been a day or so. Charlie Clips versus Dre Dennis. So that's a real good look.
Crazy.
That's a real good look. I like how he started the battle off.
Clips is our guy.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. And I like how Dre Dennis started it off talking about, I guess, Charlie Clips ripping people off, coming out freestyling and not giving like the league owners what they supposed to get. But shoot, when he came to our joint, man, he came with that fire. I think
he had to, man.
That's what I'm saying.
P, man. P had his foot on him, man.
Yeah.
So shouts out to P, yo.
Yeah, see, that's how you make sure you don't get it friendly. You know what I'm talking about? You got to make sure you get somebody that's going to really go hard. It's going to force.
I ain't going to say no names. We called her friendly before. I was.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you don't, you got to make sure you book, the right guys that's going to bring the fire out of his opponent. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so like, but then again, how, like I said, like we've been talking about, what we got coming in March, we about to definitely make a couple of shifts. We're about to do something different, and it's going to force people to come with their A game. But shouts out to Charlie Clips. Ain't nothing but love. And Clips is man, his numbers are out of this world.
Crazy.
If I could share those numbers with you right now.
He's one of the originals. You know what I mean? Because you have to remember, back then it was Lions Den, Smack. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Loaded Lux. You know what I mean? Cass was just putting it in back then.
Right.
At that spot in Harlem, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What was that spot? Mixtape spot called?
I know you're talking about. Yeah, because we checked in there before. We checked in.
They had the magazines, they had the mixtapes, they had all that stuff. It was like a spot
definitely.
for Harlem.
100%.
And that's where they was doing the battles.
100%. Yo, 119 million
crazy
total upload views.
Crazy.
Charlie Clips, 92 total battles. He averages 1.2 million. 1.2 million
a battle.
Yeah, crazy. And
wow.
Yeah, I mean, so Charlie Clips. So this was a really good look for Dre Dennis, because
right.
Obviously, Dre Dennis numbers is not the same.
What's his numbers like?
4 million. 700,000. So almost
how many
5
battles?
million. 247. So a lot of battles. 19,000 views, but it's kind of
sound like a boxer. How many old time boxers?
Yeah, but but the thing about it is that making sure he's booked on, and I think this. But
that's good though. He got a lot of content.
He definitely do. But this why I was going to also balance it out is that his league has a total upload views of 15 million. And this also, you can find all these stats on versetracker.com.
Wow.
Yeah, versetracker.com. And the total battles from his league so far, 928. Total average views of his league, 16,709. So, he's making up. So I'm thinking like, he might have just decided to take destiny into his own hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I'm going to just, as opposed to waiting for these guys to book me, at these bigger leagues or whatever and stuff like that, I'm going to just do it myself. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to book the big, the bigger name rappers. And this is what we were talking about in the 15 ways to make money as a battle rapper. You know what I'm talking about? And that's like, what he decided is he took matters into his own hand. And he's like, look, I'm going to go ahead and book, because that's what we were explaining.
Exactly.
And I don't know, we only put 5 out of the 15, but we're going to put out the next. Actually, we're going to get it recorded tomorrow, uploaded this coming week. But basically we were saying, like, if you're upcoming battle rapper and you wanting to build your name, you could also book a battle rapper that's above you. You know what I'm talking about, in order to go ahead and ride that wave. You know what I'm saying?
And that's that wave he just created just now.
He's been doing it though. You know what I'm saying? Because this Gates of the Garden been popping for a minute now. So shouts out to them, man. But yeah, man. So it looks like Kendrick Lamar you know, he took shots at a lot of people, man.
I mean, he said Lil Wayne is disappointed of his success. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I don't know, that might become something.
That might because now, now we talking about a battle. You know what I'm talking about? Now we talking about, because, you know, I'm not saying Drake is not nice, but, you know, Wayne is definitely the guy with the punchlines. He's definitely the guy with the, you know, multiple meanings in the bars. You know what I'm saying?
And you just we gotta watch out for the subliminals, because anything comes out right now with Lil Wayne, and any subliminals come is gonna prepare the ground. It's gonna create fertile ground for this battle right here, and it would make sense because, you know, Drake is Young Money, Lil Wayne is Young Money. And for that to happen the way it's supposed to happen, you know what I mean? It would just make total sense.
It definitely would. But now, what is Super Bowl gonna look like? Because I thought for sure
that Lil Wayne would have came through.
He was gonna turn around and bring Lil Wayne out. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't know what that's gonna look like. I guess it's gonna depend on what the responses are like over the next couple of months. But that could even be crazy.
I mean, the fact that he dropped his album right there, I mean, it just makes so much sense right before the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
What if they traded bars at the Super Bowl, bro?
Nah, you giving these guys too much.
I'm saying what you saying, bro. Whatever they gonna do is what they gonna do, bro. But that right there, bro. That's what we talking about. But oh my gosh. But I doubt it. You know why? Because there's already that animosity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know,
I just hope they show love to Kendrick in his hometown because of the fact.
You mean in Louisiana?
Exactly.
Oh, nah, he gonna get, bro. You talking about the Super Bowl? Most of the people that's gonna be there ain't gonna be from Louisiana.
That's a fact.
Most of the people watching ain't gonna be from Louisiana.
That's
you know what I'm talking about?
That's a fact.
People coming from all over the world to watch that
right
there. So
right.
now we ain't gotta worry about that. But then he also said something about Snoop. He said something about Snoop. And Snoop immediately was like, yup, it was the edibles. Because I guess he was like, because Snoop went and posted something, almost felt like he had picked a side or something. That's what. And again, let me know if
Who picked the side? Snoop picked the side?
Yeah.
And whose side did he pick?
Drake, I guess, by something that he posted.
And he said it was the edibles that made him do it?
So he said in the bar, he said there must Snoop something. He posted something that must have been the edibles. You know what I'm talking about?
He gave him a pass.
And then Snoop came up, immediately was like, yup, it was the edibles. Yup. Yup. You know, you gotta love Snoop, bro. That guy right there, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man.
Wow.
He done really transformed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
he's a staple, man.
Yeah, for real.
He's a staple, and the thing is, he hasn't even I think he did what's the airplane movie with
Soul Plane.
Soul Plane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's done movies. You know what I mean? And what was the other movie he been in? He was in a wheelchair in that movie, Baby Boy or whatever. I think with Tyrese. So
okay,
he's been in.
I know what you're talking about.
He's been in movies. You follow what I'm saying? And like, he's just a staple. He's done his thing. You know what I mean? And he's a battle rap enthusiast as well.
He is. Remember, he put some battles on.
Yeah.
At one point, I don't know what happened to his league, but I forgot the name of it. Gladiator.
Right.
Just hit me out of nowhere. So yeah, man. But yo, let me check. I definitely want to shout out to Prodigy and Mobb Deep, Havoc. Shouts out to Rock the Bells.
Okay.
They basically selected Shook One's Part 2 as the greatest beat of all time, hip hop beat of all time.
Wow.
Yo, that's official.
Wow.
That's not debatable. That's definitely not debatable right there. Because that right there, that track, you know what I'm talking about?
It brings the crackling out.
Man, I remember when me and Nesta, you know Nesta, man. Me and Nesta used to ride around, bro, just listening to that Shook Ones, man. That Shook Ones Part 2. I think he had the tape recorded from Stretch Armstrong.
Okay.
I think he caught it off of Stretch Armstrong, but ooh, man, that beat is ridiculous, man. But shouts out to Rock the Bells for, you know, showing that light on Havoc. You know, that's really Havoc right there, man. Shouts out to Havoc, bro.
Right.
Like, he always, to me, been one of the most underrated producers in hip hop. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
you don't really hear nothing about him, but he's done a lot.
Come on, man. Like, you know, the people in the industry know, like the people in the industry know Havoc ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? And I know he's been recruited for doing stuff for like a lot of projects, like, you know, stuff that I might not even know. You know what I'm saying? But I know he's been recruited on the back end because, you know, dude is just that guy, man. So that's why I thought when 50 Cent picked Mobb Deep up, I really did think that was an incredible decision. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Because he got a producer, you know what I'm saying? A producer that's a staple in hip hop. And he got one of the greatest groups ever, you know, of all time. So I thought that was official.
Hey, yo, I want to talk about Diddy, man. The fact that it might be looking like he might be getting a bail.
Yeah, man.
He might be getting an out of jail card.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? To fight this thing while being outside.
Yeah, I like that, bro. I like that, man. Well, he already won a couple battles. He won the first battle was his not being cuffed inside the taking the shackles off so he could come into court without looking like a criminal. You know what I'm talking about? So that's the first win, right? The second win was the fact that all of the documents that they took, well, I think we talked about this, out of his jail cell, must be destroyed.
Right.
And now
they caught a foul on that one. A technical foul.
And they saying they trying to get the whole case dropped based on that.
Wow.
Yeah, they saying they trying to get the whole case dropped based on the fact that they took his information, and some of that information was his plan on how he was going to fight the case.
Right.
Bro, that's your legal right. So I know when I was watching, it was the Law and Crime YouTube channel. Yo, that channel is great. 20,000 like live viewers.
Wow.
During that whole thing just then. Yeah, wow. Bro, they channel is crazy, you know? So, yeah, so you see people, you know, you got the free Diddy, you know what I'm saying? People was doing free Diddy, and then people was hating.
Okay.
And what I saw, they were like, oh, money is money. You know, I mean, unfortunately it is money, you know, yet at least, you know, you could, at least I want to be able to say somebody with money can fight, because how many, you know, Caucasians, white people get caught in these situations and have the money to fight and successfully. Look at Kevin Spacey, right? Wasn't Kevin Spacey accused of all those different, he was accused of a whole bunch of stuff, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Spacey, the actor, matter of fact, him and Denzel just was talking about a couple things about, you know, about him or whatever, because I guess Denzel, the Oscar, there was an Oscar Denzel felt like he should have got, and then
he should have got a lot, man. They only gave him, I don't know, he should have got a lot.
And Kevin Spacey won that Oscar at that time. Mm-hmm. And you know, but he also mentioned, he said whatever he was doing was between him and God. But the point is, you know, Kevin Spacey went through the sexual thing, right? The harassment thing,
right?
Or whatever, right? But the point is, you know, yeah, yup, we know it's money, you know what I'm saying? But at least we want to, because we at least want to know that if you're a black man or you're African in America and you got money, that you can at least get a fair fight. Because we know it takes money to fight. There ain't no question about that. You know what I'm saying? Fight, but now if you got the money and you still can't fight fair, you still can't get a fair fight, then what's the, you know what I mean?
What's the point of having it?
What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Period. Because it's like, yo, you can't even get a fair fight even with money.
It's a handicapped life.
Yeah, so now they try to lie to you, because they basically, you know, they telling you like, yo, if you get your money together, get your money up, you know, at some point, you know, you'll be able to get free.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Now, so it went, the bar got, you know, first it was the shackles and chains.
Right.
Then it was, you know, getting arrested, shackles and chains.
Right.
Then you got, you know, some of us start getting successful. They thinking that the money, so okay, now the bar is like, okay, you get educated, you free, right? You see, that ain't the truth. You got guys coming out with, you know, what's that called? Coming out with diplomas, working at McDonald's and KFC and stuff like that.
Facts.
Not saying that, no disrespect to those jobs, but you know, you thinking that you're gonna get free. You know what I'm saying? Then they say you get money, you free, and then look at R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Look at because to me the R. Kelly situation was double jeopardy, man. How that's not double jeopardy, bro? That y'all hit him with a charge.
Come on, man. Y'all came back with a documentary
to sway the public mindset. And then you throw him away.
Right.
But then the whole time you got Woody Allen, is that his name? the one that married his stepdaughter.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got the whole time, because I was watching Michael Rappaport on Vlad.
Right.
And how you don't, because how Woody Allen, come on. And then I guess they got, bro, he married his stepdaughter. And then somebody tried to come with some technical, well, it was his girlfriend. They weren't married. And it was his girlfriend's daughter that she adopted. Come on, bro. My thing is we're not being fair.
He was like 40 plus, man, when she was a little child, man. She got to a certain age, and so that all that says is there was foul play all throughout the time she was with the girlfriend or whatever the case is. But to correct it, he had to marry her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you get a pass?
Right.
On a whole situation like that?
Yeah.
So
because you married her.
You know what I mean? And when you know there had to be foul play there, so you're no longer in movies anymore. You follow what I'm saying? They slap you on the wrist and you marry her. You follow what I'm saying? But then it's like, okay, how do you get that pass?
Right.
Nobody's supposed to get that pass when it's foul. You
right.
caught a foul. The public saw the foul.
Right.
Public's opinion was supposed to, throw you away, but you got away with it.
Because he got money and he's
influence, money, contacts,
and content. You know what I'm talking about? Right. He's like, this is one of the most. He got probably the largest body of work when it comes to filmmaking in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't name one Woody Allen. I can't name one. Can you?
Nah.
I can't name one Woody Allen movie. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and then, you got to tell me a Woody Allen movie that was good. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember there being a movie out before from the guy.
It's in their world. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's in their world. But, so it's like, you're allowed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So the judges
get passes.
The judges watch his stuff. The senators
grew up on his stuff.
Exactly. The Congress people. You know what I'm talking about? So like, these are the people that they're getting in those people's mind, and those are the people that's going to make the decisions eventually anyway. But either which way, yeah, man. So what was the point? The point was, yes, I'm glad that it's looking like Diddy gonna get a fair trial. Yeah, man. Like y'all don't get it. Like people don't understand why we are thinking the way we think, because look, he needs to get a fair trial so that we know that our children, for those that want to allow their children to continue to grow up in the United States, right? We want to know that they're gonna get a fair trial. They're gonna get a fair shake. You get what I'm talking about?
You want to hear something that's funny?
Yeah. Please.
The attorney, right? That's representing the 127 people that threw the charge on Diddy, said they did something. It's 127 of them.
Okay.
That attorney is now under scrutiny for something he did to a woman. He assaulted her, whatever the case is. So now, what does that do? There's more chinks in your armor. You know what I'm saying? Because even if the state picks it up, which I doubt, you know what I mean? Because usually it's the state will pick it up quick. If the state pick it up, you know what I mean? Because the state is not the one, the injured party. You know what I mean? The 127 is the injured party, and they had a attorney that was representing them. So now the moment that attorney is removed, it becomes more chinks in your armor. So I'm just saying, I'm just looking at the fact of if y'all didn't put Hugh Hefner under scrutiny, right? I can't really put Diddy under scrutiny. If people are coming in and they're saying something happened, but they didn't say it happened, something happened when it supposedly happened. They ain't say it happened then, but they saying it happened 20 some odd years later, 15 some odd years later. In my mind, it says that, it's more money
definitely
motivated
unfortunately
than anything.
Unfortunately.
Now, when it comes to the Shine situation about the whole shooting, he stated his claim. He's like, look, I feel like I got done dirty. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
I held it down. That's something between them two. They reconciled. You know what I'm saying? They good based on that. But he said, but far as Flex saying whatever he's saying or whatever the case is, people had their thoughts on it. Everybody had their thoughts on it. Like, Shine got through under the bus. He held it up, and the fact that he held it up and nobody, Diddy didn't do what he was supposed to. I guess he sent them like $50,000, and Sean felt like that wasn't enough. You know what I mean?
That was the number?
I think he said 50.
Okay.
Like he gave him 50. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, yo, that wasn't enough for the time. I did 10 years of my life. You know what I'm saying?
When he got out, he gave him 50,000?
I think while he was in, he gave him 50.
Gotcha.
I don't know the chronological order of exactly when, but it was 50.
Right.
And then, you know, because I think I caught it on the Math Hoffa show.
Yeah, he could have definitely got $1 million.
To Math.
He could have definitely got $1 million.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, and that's all perspective.
Yeah,
you know
I mean,
again,
during
the time of how it was going on.
Exactly.
But like, you know, we can't utilize that thought process and the fact that you go into a party and having a good time, and you know, the main thing that they wanted to stick them on was underage children, and it hasn't been.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So then what is that's my point. That's why I keep trying to.
Now, if you're looking at his sexual preference,
right?
You follow what I'm saying? Then now you gotta say, okay, where did the rape take place?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because his preference is his preference.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? If he's Dr. Love and he's wanting to do a woman, then at the end of the day he does a man, and then tomorrow afternoon he do a woman and a man. That's his preference.
That's his business.
You know, and then you got people that rocks like that. You follow what I'm saying? So my point is, if y'all didn't do that to Hugh Hefner, and Hugh Hefner had the Playboy magazine, he had the lifestyle, the movie actors, celebrities was going there, the basketball players was going there, the astronauts was going there, all the major the who's had a taste of the Playboy bunny. How y'all looking at this dude right there for having the Diddy party?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Now the plan was hold him, right? And again, we don't know if they're gonna let him. We'll find out Monday if he's gonna get bail or not. But the plan was hold him while we stack the charges up, while we figure out more ways to go ahead and sink him. Right. That's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? So they hit you with the superseding indictment, which they just did with Lil Durk, right? Yeah. Lil Durk, they hit him with the first one. I think he was indicted, and then while in there, they hit him with the superseding indictment.
While they gather.
So exactly. So that's the same thing they were looking to do with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And it just don't look like it's playing out
the way they favor. Yo, I want to say shouts out to Kai Cenat.
Yeah,
he's hit
500,000.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This dude wrestling in the car wrestling. This dude's crazy.
Hey, yo, he almost choked that dude out. You know,
crazy,
and that dude was like some professional
crazy,
something.
Yo. That dude is hilarious, bro.
He locked on that dude like a pit bull, and he was not letting go.
That dude is different. I ain't even gonna lie, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Even the idea, the jail thing, not saying that I didn't like the jail thing, you know, because I know how impressionable we are, you know, but it was still hilarious, especially when, you know, Drewski did, you know, I mean, it was like the Dave Chappelle show to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was like a skit. Like, it's just that these guys are going ham. Like, these guys are taking the skit like through a whole like 2 weeks. Like, you know, whatever amount of time they stood up in there, that was crazy. But you know, but yeah, man, shouts out to that guy, man, Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
And then I was peeping the DOJ right now. It's the DOJ versus Trenton right now, man.
DOJ versus Trenton. That sounds scary.
So right now the DOJ, the Department of Justice, is saying that Trenton police are violating civil rights, engaged in unconstitutional conduct. So you already know.
But that's a prelude. That's a segue to the that 2025 thing.
Project 2025.
Project 2025.
I'm concerned about that.
That's a segue because the moment, you know, these guys are starting to do whatever and they violating constitutional rights, then, you know, it's a part of that segue. You know what I mean? Because they already said they're going to have total immunity. Facts. So, you know, the Department of Justice is an arm of the police department and whoever else that's violating.
Right. So, I mean, Trenton, you know, I mean, I don't know exactly where it is right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do some research to see if it's like turning around at all. But I know Trenton, Camden, South Jersey, that whole area was a real tough area because of the drugs, because of no jobs, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So, you know, of course the elements are going to be there for this type of problem. Basically what was said is that police, this is what I guess a DOJ representative said, police officers must respect people's civil and constitutional rights and treat people with dignity. And said Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division in a statement on the report. After an extensive review, we found that police officers in Trenton routinely failed to respect the Fourth Amendment rights of those who call Trenton home. Trenton Police stop and search pedestrians and motorists without a legal basis, make illegal arrests, and use excessive force without basis.
Project 2025.
Facts.
That's what I'm hearing. It's Project 2025. And then that's just like, they're going to go to an area like a Trenton or Camden.
Right.
That's pretty rough. You know what I'm saying? So they could start creating that,
right.
that sense of, okay, you know what? This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you're going to hear it in Chicago.
Definitely.
You're going to hear it in,
Definitely.
Like this guy just randomly started stabbing people.
I saw that
a few days ago.
And I didn't understand. So the mayor is saying that they need to increase involuntary, admitting like mental people involuntarily. I didn't understand what was being said, but
that dude was definitely a mental case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he just came out of his house, and killed. Not even stabbed, but he killed.
Man, that's crazy.
He unalived 3 different people. You know what I'm saying? Asian was one of them. I don't know the race of the other 2. But it was a woman, a mother of an 8-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He killed. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this dude just unalived these 3 people based on, this, he just decided to. You know what I mean? It might have been a Manchurian type situation. Wow. Where the waves or the frequency got him, moving. You know what I mean, in a certain type of way because New York is kind of wired a bit different with all these antennas. As soon as you get 5G,
I remember we used to come up from Atlanta because it's one thing, when you living up there. When I was living in Jersey City, I never really felt anything different. But when you go from Atlanta to New York, you could feel it sped up.
The
bro.
frequency, man. Come on, man. and it's like, what are you guys talking about? Like, my man, you have to understand or comprehend that,
that's all going back to the Heart Project and these different things we was talking about on the last episode. When you see these fake trees that got antennas and they sending off frequencies, what you think those frequencies are, man?
What do you think that's happening to you? You are a organism.
Definitely.
70% of your organism is liquid, right? 70% of it. You have proton, neutrons, electrons within you.
Right.
So these electrons within you can also be affected by these frequencies that's being beaten on your head from the time you get outside to go inside, and all these different radio waves. And
what about the metals in the food? So you eating all these foods and digesting these drinks with these metals in it, and then you got these chemtrails. These chemtrails, nanotechnology, bro. Bro, they got little organisms. Like, come on, bro. They got control with a remote control, man. Like, this is not. You could Google this stuff, man. So when you talking about, they flip a switch before you know it, you done stabbed somebody, you done flipped out, you done jumped off a roof, you don't even know. But
why are you even doing what you're doing? But you're being controlled.
Right.
You're being controlled.
That's why a person like Dr. Sebi had to be killed. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the Dr. Sebi is gonna make you think about what you're putting into your system.
Remove the metals out of your system.
You know what I'm talking about? He's gonna tell you to be alkaline. He's gonna be, at least you're gonna be monitoring. But you know what I mean? And then it was getting into pop culture. Like, that's a problem.
That's what Nipsey was talking about.
That's why Dr. York was arrested, because it was getting into pop culture. This information, when it gets into pop culture, then you start waking up, and then we start realizing who the real enemy is.
I mean, Dr. York was Google before Google was here.
Right.
Was YouTube before YouTube was here. Can you imagine?
Exactly.
Talking about all these different things. It was talking about chemtrails. It was talking about metals in your food. It was talking about, it was a Dr. York versus the computer, talking about AI before AI was even a thought process.
100%.
You know what I mean?
So they want to make sure, because again, the moment this information gets out, you know what I'm talking about? Because matter of fact, the first person, I always tell people, the first person to tell me about Dr. York was a Russian, was a Russian kid. You know what I'm saying? My man Peter, shouts out to Peter, man. We used to DJ together. He started reading the books. He put me onto it. So it's not even, it's beyond race. I remember when I used to be in the village around Fat Beats, there was a store called Lifetime. It was like a little herb store right next to Gray's Papayas.
Okay.
It was another guy right over there. Another white guy. He used to be telling me telling me about different books. Like, they're gonna be using the trains. He was telling me the 2 trains are gonna be like used as like concentration camps. Or that's what they're gonna use to ship people out. But the point was, what was happening at that time is my mind was being open to start looking and reading to find out what's really going on. You know what I'm talking about? And,
right.
And it was a little bit of pieces of information in the music too that was also like, you know, open my mind up to say like, let me look at the bigger picture.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Because for every, you know, cause is an effect, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
listen, man,
yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot. Speaking of Russia, man, they got a whole nother type of nuclear weapon. It's nuclear, but they bomb.
Oh yeah.
They bomb Ukraine, but it's a new type of missile.
Right.
And
but that wasn't nuclear though.
It has nuclear capabilities.
Right.
Right. But the weapon is new in itself.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like a whole new weapon.
That was his comeback because they just hit him
with a United States missile,
U.S. designed missiles,
right,
with similar capabilities. So he was like, "Well, guess what?
I got it too."
Yeah.
But what he got, what's interesting about this particular weapon, because the United States actually made it known that this is a new weapon being utilized on battlefield. It's never been used before. It could hit multiple spots all at once.
Wow.
Like it hits like maybe 5 or 10 different targets all at once.
Right.
And it comes out the sky. Like, you know,
right,
this thing is definitely futuristic. Like I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Right.
The way it came out the sky was like a ball of lightning, but the lightning was able to hit like 10 different spots. And then so the lady, when she came out to report it, she was like, "Well, this is the first time has been used in battle."
Wow.
So it wasn't the United States utilizing it as the first time, it was Russia utilizing it as the first time. And he gave a warning like, "Yo, whoever want what, if y'all if y'all keep playing,
right,
I got this, all right?
Yeah.
If y'all keep playing,
yeah.
So y'all pay attention to what's going on.
They got more nukes than the U.S. though. Just so you know, Russia got more. I think it's like it might only be like 100 more because it's like 5,400.
I feel like I want to play this, man, just so I can hear it. But yeah. I need to be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's definitely not debatable, bro.
You know what I mean? Because like, you know, I feel like our community, our sector, if hip hop was a sector, our sector needs to pay attention to what's going on above and beyond, you know, what we just deal with. You know, we deal with the hip hop,
right,
we deal with the lifestyle, we 100%. Deal with the culture, we deal with, you know, getting to the money or whatever the case is. And we don't really tune in or tap into what's going on an international basis. We don't really tap into what's really going on even on the civic level with Project 2025.
Facts.
You follow what I'm saying? So we really want to utilize this intellect that we got and pay attention to what's going on around us, because you want to be able to get out the way before it's time. The feces already hit the fan. The feces, if y'all didn't know, the feces hit the fan already. It's on its way,
right,
landing.
Right.
It's looking for a place to land.
Right.
It's already hit altitude.
Yes,
so let's pay attention.
Right. Yeah, man. But that's it, man. It's debatable, man. Go do the research, man. And we see y'all tomorrow.
Man.